Good afternoon everyone. I am Astha and today we will discuss about lists in Python. So, let's start with a brief introduction. What is a list? In Python, a list is a built-in data type used to store multiple items in a single variable. Lists are ordered, mutable, means changeable, and allow duplicates. Each element has an index starting from 0, enabling easy access and manipulation of individual elements. Lists can contain elements of different data types, including numbers, strings, and even other lists, which is not possible in other built in data types such as set, tuples, and dictionaries. Now, let's see how we create lists in Python. Python offers several ways to create lists, making them highly flexible for various programming needs. First is the most basic method using square brackets. We can create a list using square brackets with items inside it's separated by commas. Here is an example. I have a list numbers which is surrounded by square brackets have items 1, 2, 3 and 4, 3, 4 and 5 and separated by commas. Here is an example of mixed data types that I have explained earlier. The second one is using the list constructor. We can use list constructor to create an empty list or convert an iterable to the list. We can pass optimal argument to list as iterable. And the last one is list comprehensions. To create a list using list comprehension, you use a syntax that combines a for loop and optimal condition in a single line. So the syntax is expression for item in iterable. Here in this example of squares, you can see that in for every number x in sequence 0 to 4. Why I'm saying 0 to 4? Because range is 5, so we will exclude 5. Calculate, square and store the result in the new list. Now let's see how we access list elements. The first one is the most basic method, that is indexing. Accessing individual elements using the index position. Indexes fro- will start from 0 for the first element, and if we are taking from the negative side, it will start from -1. So I'm taking an example of fruits, that is apple, banana and cherry. So apple is at 0th index, banana is at first index and cherry is at second index. But if I'm taking negative indexes, then cherry is at -1 index, banana at -2 and apple at -3 and so on. So if I have written 0th index, so it will return apple, and if the index value of index is -1, then it will return cherry. For what is nested list? For nested list, use multiple indexes to access elements within an inner list. Here in this example, you can see 1, 2, 3 is row 0 and 4, 5, 6 is row 1. Matrix 1, 2 access the third element of the second row, which is 6. And the last is error handling. Using an index outside the valid range will raise an index error. You can try except block to handle such errors. Here I have taken an example, that is try value mylist 10. Here if you are I am taking the example of fruits, there is no there is there are only elements up to second index. So the index 10 is out of range. So it will return except index error, print index out of range. Now let's move on to slicing. Slicing is a way to extract a portion from a list using a colon operator. There are various types of slicing used in lists. The first one is the basic slicing. Slicing allows you to extract a portion of a list using the syntax list start colon end. The the start will be included and the end will be excluded. For example, I have taken a list having items 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. And if I have to print a 1 colon 4, it will include the element at first index, but it will exclude the element at fourth index. Here you can see 10 is at 0th index and 20 is at first index. So 20, 30, and 40 will be in the list. Second is omitting indices. You can omit starting or end indices. Here, by omit, I mean that not to include something. If start is omitted, slicing begins from the index 0. If end is omitted, slicing continues to the end of the list. For example, print a colon 3. So it will start from the beginning, that is 0th index, and will exclude 3. It means it will be up to second index, that is 10, 20, and 30. And in the second example, we are saying print a 2 colon. So it will go to the end from the second index. So 30, 40, and 50. The third is negative index slicing. When we write steps as -1, it will reverse the slice. For example, print a -4 to -1. So in this example, we can see 50 is at -1 index, 40 at -2, 30 at -3, 20 at -4, and 10 at -5. So in this example, we can see 20 is at -4, so 20, 30, and 40, and it will exclude -1. The fourth is step slicing. Step slicing in Python refers to selecting elements from a list at regular intervals using the third argument, that is step, in the slicing. Syntax is list start colon stop colon step. For example, I have taken a list that is numbers that contains items 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if I have to print numbers 1 colon 6 colon 2, it will give the output 1, 3, and 5. And the last one is reverse slicing. Creating a new list with the elements in the reverse order by using a negative step in slice notation. Here, I have in this example, in this step position, I have written -1, so it will reverse the list. Now let's see the difference between set, tuple, list, and dictionary. All of these are built-in data types in Python. So first is set. Set doesn't allow duplicate elements. Tuple allows duplicate elements. List also allows duplicate elements. Dictionary doesn't allow duplicates. Set is represented by curly braces. Tuple is represented by round braces. List is represented by square braces, and dictionary is also represented by curly braces. Set is mutable, that is we can change its values. Tuple is immutable, list is mutable, and dictionary is also mutable. Here in this example, you can see set is written in curly braces, tuple is written in round braces, list is written in square braces, and dictionary is also written in curly braces but in the key value pair. Now let's see what are the operations and functions over the list. First one is len, returns the number of elements in the list. For example, len 1, 2, and 3. Here the number of elements are 3, so the output will be 3. Append. Append means adding an element to the end of the list. For example, fruits.append mango. It will add mango to the end of the list. The third one is count. Count returns the number of occurrences of a value. For example, here is a list that is 1, 2, 2, 3, and count we have to count 2. 2 is 2 is 2 times in this list, so output will be 2. And the last one is insert, adding an element at a specified position. For example, fruits dot insert one orange. It will insert orange at first position. Next is sort. Sorts the list in ascending order. For example, numbers.sort, it will sort the list in the ascending order. Remove. Remove the first occurrence of a value. For example, fruits.remove banana. It will remove banana from the list. And next is pop, removes and returns an element at a given index. For example, fruits.pop1 removes and returns the second item. And last one is in. Checks if the element exists in the list. For example, apple in fruits. It will return the value in true or false. And that's it for today. Thank you.